What's this?
For over 4 decades, James Bond was a formula.
Keeping the British end up, sir.
Suave, unflappable, always with a quip and a martini.
Magnificent view.
Then, in 2006, everything changed. Daniel Craig didn't just play James Bond, he revolutionized him.
The name's Bond. James Bond.
Creating the first truly interconnected Bond saga and giving us a 007 who bled, grieved, and fought his demons with every mission. Before Daniel Craig, James Bond films were essentially standalone episodes. Sure, you had recurring characters like Q, M, and Moneypenny, but each film existed in its own bubble. Bond never referenced the emotional weight of previous missions. But Casino Royale changed everything. For the first time, we were watching Bond's origin story. Not just how he became 007, but how he became the man we thought we knew.
You needn't worry. The second is... Yes. Considerably.
Craig's era gave us something unprecedented. Consequences. Vesper Lynd's betrayal and death in Casino Royale doesn't just end that film, it haunts every single movie that follows. Quantum of Solace picks up literally minutes after Casino Royale ends. Skyfall deals with Bond's past catching up to him. Spectre reveals that every villain he's faced was connected. And No Time to Die? Well, it gave us an ending no Bond had ever received before. This isn't just a series of Bond films, it's a 5-part character study spanning 15 years of one man's journey through trauma, loss, and ultimately sacrifice. Perhaps the most radical change Craig brought was simple. James Bond became human. Previous iterations were icons. Untouchable, unflappable, almost superhuman in their composure. Craig's Bond cries. He fails. He makes mistakes that cost lives, and those mistakes eat at him. When Vesper dies, we don't just see Bond lose a love interest. We watch a man's heart break, and more importantly, we see how that heartbreak shapes everything that follows. The death of Judi Dench's M isn't just plot development, it's the loss of the closest thing Bond has to a mother figure. Watch Craig's face in that scene. That's not acting cool under pressure, that's a man watching his world crumble. "15 years after her death, Bond is still visiting Vesper's grave. Previous Bonds would have moved on by the next film's opening credits. Craig's Bond carries every loss, every betrayal, every moment of pain throughout his entire journey. This Bond doesn't just get physically hurt, he gets broken. The torture scene in Casino Royale isn't just about physical pain, it's about psychological warfare. When he's captured, beaten, or betrayed, it leaves scars that never fully heal.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
All Bonds drink. But Craig's Bond drinks differently. Previous Bonds sipped martinis as a lifestyle choice. Sophisticated, controlled, part of the image. Watch him in Skyfall after his presumed death. He's not enjoying vintage champagne at elegant parties, he's downing beer and hard liquor, trying to numb the pain of a life he can never fully escape. The drinking escalates throughout his tenure. It's not product placement or cool character development, it's a coping mechanism for a man who's seen too much, lost too much, and knows he'll never be able to stop. Where Connery's Bond deflected torture with wit,
Can you afford to take that chance?
Craig's Bond endures it and carries the damage forward. The alcohol becomes his way of dealing with what he can never talk about, never process, never fully overcome. Physically, Craig's Bond broke the mold entirely. Previous Bonds were elegant fighters. Think fencing matches and karate chops, or improvised methods. Craig's fight scenes set the tone. Brutal, desperate, and exhausting. This isn't elegant martial arts. It's street fighting, survival combat where both men end up bloody and gasping. Throughout his films, Craig's Bond doesn't just win fights, he survives them. He gets cut, bruised, scarred. His face tells the story of every battle, every mission that's pushed him past his limits. Where previous Bonds were gymnasts and dancers in combat, Craig's Bond is a sledgehammer. He doesn't disarm opponents with finesse, he overpowers them through sheer determination and pain tolerance. Even his relationship with his own body is different. We see him training, struggling to regain his edge after injury. Previous Bonds never seemed to need recovery time. Craig's Bond shows us what it costs to be an elite operative. The genius of Craig's era lies in its narrative architecture. These aren't just 5 Bond films, they're 5 chapters of one epic story.
I know.
Casino Royale introduces Quantum, a shadowy organization that seems to be pulling strings globally.
Tell them I'll get the money.
Money isn't as valuable to our organization as knowing who to trust.
In any previous Bond era, they would have been defeated and forgotten by the next film. Instead, Quantum of Solace picks up the story immediately, showing us how far this conspiracy reaches and how personal Bond's war against them has become.
Drop it. So who are you working for? Piss off.
Skyfall shifts focus but maintains continuity. Bond's past with M, established in previous films, becomes the central conflict. Silver isn't just a random villain, he's a consequence of decisions made in M's past, decisions that shape the world Bond operates in.
I did get one thing right.
Spectre reveals that every antagonist Bond has faced was connected. Le Chiffre, Dominic Green, Silver, all working for one organization, all part of one massive conspiracy targeting Bond personally.
You're a kite dancing in a hurricane, Mr. Bond.
And No Time to Die provides something no Bond film had ever attempted, a definitive ending, not just to a story, but to a character's entire journey.
I love you too.
Daniel Craig's Bond era proved something that Hollywood had forgotten. Audiences don't just want heroes, they want human beings. By showing us Bond's pain, his failures, his struggles with trauma and loss, Craig created the most compelling and complete character arc in the franchise's history. His final film doesn't just end with Bond saving the world, it ends with him making the ultimate sacrifice, finally finding peace after a lifetime of loss. It's an ending that only works because we've watched him carry that pain for 15 years. Daniel Craig didn't just play James Bond, he completed him. He showed us that beneath the tuxedo and the gadgets, the martinis and the cars, there was always a human being trying to make sense of a world that never stops demanding everything he has to give. What's your favourite moment from Craig's Bond era? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into cinema's greatest characters.
On your luck!
Has run out.
He's a Spectre agent!
Well played, Bond. Everyone all right?
Yeah. Especially since you just rolled Snake